Again, for now, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Alan. A lack of state funding has a number of recycling centers shutting down throughout California. We visited one family-run business today for a closer look at what's hurting profits. News Channel 3 senior reporter John Palminteri joins us live. And John, this is directly linked to a drop in prices for cans and bottles.
And you know, we're all encouraged to save our bottles and cans and bring them to reclaimed and recycled centers like the Santa Barbara Iron and Metal. But you know, once they get it, well, we'll get our money back, the CRV that we pay for at the store. As they move it forward, they're not always getting the same amount of money. And in some cases, it's not enough to make ends meet. This family-run business showed us how it works here and how they'd like to see more state help on this issue. Recycling centers are trying not to get crushed by a state formula they say is not making ends meet like it used to. Customers who have paid the California redemption value, or the CRV, at the store, usually 5 or 10 cents on the bottle, will get that back here.
You know, it amounts to like 13 bucks. You know, better than nothing. So.
But the market price for the plastics and aluminum is falling, and recyclers say state efforts to help with this subsidy just isn't keeping up.
Because there's so many recycling centers that are, you know, they're just closing their doors.
Santa Barbara Iron and Metal has been taking in recyclables for 37 years, and while it's staying open, in the last year in the state, 450 centers have closed. They say it's time for the state to recalculate what the items weigh and pay. One issue is with the lighter plastic bottles. The customer still gets the same CRV rebate, but the weight is lighter and the recycler needs more bottles to make the same money.
That's been a problem for a little while because the manufacturers are making the plastics, you know, thinner walled, and the caps are even smaller, and so, you know, they're not weighing out.
If centers like this close,
it would go in the trash, yeah, nobody wants to see that. So we want to keep, you know, pushing for recycling.
And for those who recycle, it's a routine that pays, and this site is convenient.
Buy a lot of water. Sometimes we have family gatherings, you know, people drink beer, whatever. We just save them all.
Yeah.
And
you separate
them. We do it there at home. Yeah, we have the containers separate already. So.
And we're told the Central Coast area is very aggressive when it comes to recycling. That's why centers like this need to stay open, and they plan to stay open, hopefully with some state help. Without that, there'll just be less enthusiasm to save those bottles and cans and recycle. And as we say, it might just end up back in the trash, and it would set us back at least a quarter of a century. Reporting live in Santa Barbara, John Palminteri, News Channel 3.
Okay, it really is a win-win. Thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
Coming up next on News Channel 3, local Parkinson's patients have a new reason to hope tonight. The revolutionary program offered in Santa Barbara